I'm gathering up 10 fabric handkerchiefs. I'm folding each side of the handkerchief towards the center, overlapping each other until they resemble an ice cream cone shape. Grabbing a white zip tie purchased from the Dollar Tree, I'm winding it around the handkerchief on the outside of the hoop, then tightening it just enough so I can still adjust the handkerchief. Flipping the handkerchiefs good side up, I'm now pinning brooches, earrings, and even buttons to the handkerchiefs along the hoop area.
Today we're going to make a wreath out of vintage Jello molds. So I'm simply going to draw a circle and then I'm going to cut that out. So you can see this is aluminum and this has been aged. And the way that I age them is by bleaching them and leave this for at least 24 hours. And then we will hot glue these onto the mold. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put the moss on the wreath. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bow, and I'm using just a standard gauzy cotton dish towel, and we're going to attach it to our wreath.
I picked out a pool float, so after making sure that it's fully inflated, we're going to secure a wire to it and tie it around the pool float. We're going to just simply lay that greenery on top of the wire. In the stems, I'm actually going to just bend them up, and that way it's going to provide a little bit more reinforcement for the wire to adhere to. Now that we have these in place, we can take that wire and bring it from either side and tie it right on. Now it's time to make a bow, and all we're going to do is make a bunch of loops. So we're creating loops about 4 inches across, and now we can snip off the ribbon. I always like to snip it off with a little bit of an overhang. Now what we're going to do is just simply put that right between the wires that we initially placed. And now what we can do is we can fluff these loops open. To hang this, I just cut a length of ribbon, and all we're going to do is just tie it right to the top of the pool float.
I began my project by taking my drill. I just made the watering can holes on the spout a little bit larger. I took my string of fairy lights and I pushed them up through the opening of the spout. You're going to weave it back down out the opening again. We're going to repeat this process. I drilled some holes in the sides just so that you could see the lights from inside the can as well. This is my flat back basket, and then this is the arrangement that I have that I stick in here every spring. So I stick one command strip on the glass on my door and then the other one on the back of the basket.
I picked up one of these styrofoam wreath frames from Walmart and a few of these cones from the dollar store. I've gone ahead and painted this. So I'm going to keep 2 of these white, and then I've gone ahead and painted 3 of them red. So to secure our styrofoam cones, I'm going to use a box of toothpicks. We're going to work this into the other cone. And we're going to do this once more. You could stop at 3. However, I think for the best effect, we're actually going to work in all 5. Now I just have 1/2 inch dowel, and I'll just poke it right into the styrofoam like so. Now I'm going to take a few more of those toothpicks and work them right into the styrofoam wreath. We're going to do 3 or 4 to really secure all 5 of those styrofoam cones. And right here, what we've done is created a little beach ball. And then let's stick it right next to our umbrella. We have some of these miniature starfish.
Look at these flamingos that I found at Dollar Tree.
This is an 18-inch straw wreath, and I picked up some of these artificial leis at Dollar Tree. I'm going to use these floral pins, just pin them. I thought the colors were a little flat, so I picked up some acrylic paint. Each of your flamingos comes with 2 of these wire legs, if you will. But you will be able to cut them, and you want to put a healthy helping of glue all around the bottom and push the wire all the way down into your straw wreath. And I'm just going to take these and put them around the base.
I picked up the 16-inch styrofoam wreath base from Walmart, and then I headed to Amazon and I found these little drink umbrellas. As these are attached to really sharp toothpicks, they're going to be inserted into the styrofoam really easily. We're going to start with this flat styrofoam block. I'm just going to take a knife, a kitchen knife, and we're going to cut each corner off like that. And we're going to do that to all 4 corners. It should look something like this. Now we're going to use a sunflower bush. All we're going to be doing is cutting the tops of each and every flower. So instead of using a glue gun, all we're doing is dipping our stems into some hot glue, and we're gonna place them rather close together because we don't wanna see much of the styrofoam in the end. So we're gonna just repeat this process over and over again. This is a really kind of thick leaf palm, so we're gonna take this and we're just gonna wedge this in. Now we can take a pipe cleaner and twist it secure. Just take a knife and poke a little pilot hole in. Add some hot glue to the end of your pipe cleaner, and then just poke that right in place.